Welcome back to the channel everyone. So in our previous video we have seen that what is class and what is object, and we have also seen that a class can contain data members, member function and constructor, but we have not seen what is constructors yet. So our today's video is all about constructors. So first of all, what is constructor here? So a constructor is a block of code which is very much similar to method, and it is called when an instance of a class is created, or we can say object of a class is created. So if you remember, I have already told in my method video that in order to execute the code within the method, we have to call that method explicitly, right? But here in constructor we have one benefit that in order to execute the code within the constructor, we do not need to call that constructor explicitly because it gets called by default when we create an object of the class. Okay, so this is the benefit of constructor. And then third point is it is a special type of method which is used to initialize the object. So initialize the object means, so in my previous video of class and object we have seen that employee example. So in employee example we have two attributes, which is employee id and employee name, and we initialize that attributes in main method. But using constructors we can initialize that attributes. Okay, so constructor basically used to initialize that object. Okay, so then now if you do not create any constructor within the class, then it calls default constructor, and Java compiler provides a default constructor by default. Okay, then there are two types of constructor in Java. First is default constructor and second is parameterized constructor. Default constructor means it does not contain any arguments. Okay, then here we have some characteristics of constructor. First, it does not have any return type. This is the very important point, that it does not have any return type, not even void, because method can have the return type as integer, character, float or string or void, but in constructor does not have any return type. And the second point is the name of the constructor must be same as the name of class it belongs to. This is also important point because in our previous video of employee example, now if I want to create the constructor within the employee class, then I have to give the name of constructor employee also. Okay, so this is the second point, that the name of constructor must be same as the name of class it belongs to. Then the third point is constructor can't be declared static. Okay, then here we have the syntax to how do we use the constructor. So first is the class name. Simply the first syntax is of default constructor. So in default constructor we just need to write the class name and parentheses, but in parameterized constructor you have to write the class name and within the brackets we have to specify our parameters here. Okay, so this is all about constructors. Now let me show you one example of constructors, that how do we use it. Okay, so as you can see here, I take one class which is sum. I have created one class which is sum, and then here we have main method. Now let's say I want to perform addition of two numbers, right? So what do I need? So I need two values, two integer values first, and then third integer variable to store the result of addition, right? So I have to take three integer variable here. So first is a, then comma b, and then result. Okay, so this is our three integer variable. Okay, you can declare three integer variable in one line like this. Integer a is our first variable, then b is second, and result is third. Now what we have to do here, now let's take default constructor first. Let me show you how default constructor works. Okay, so you have to specify, as I just told, that you have to specify the constructor name same as the class name. So our constructor name is sum here, and it does not contain any return type. Okay, so this is our default constructor. Now how do I use this constructor? So in order to use this constructor we have to create the object. Now when we create the object of the class, this constructor gets called, right? So if I create the object of class, say for example s equals to new and sum, so by writing this line it calls this constructor. But now within this constructor what we have to do, we have to perform the addition of two numbers, right? So here we can specify the values of a and b. A equal to 10, b equal to 20, and result equals to a plus b. Okay, so now we got our result here. Now we also want to display that result, right? So let's take one method, void display. Okay, and within that method simply write the result out.println and write result here. We can specify as addition is, and plus, and here concat the result here. Okay, so this is the result. Now we created the method, we created a constructor, but we have to display the result, so we have to call this method, right? We have to call this method in order to display the result. So how do we call it? So simply just write the object name s dot display here. Okay, so our program is done. So let me run the program to see what is the output. Okay, we got the correct output here, which is addition is 30, because 10 and 20 is 30, of course. Okay, so how the program flow works: first of all, we created 3 variables here, then we created the constructor, but the constructor is not called, so the code is not executed yet. Then we created the method, and then we printed the addition. Then program comes. Okay, now program starts with always main method, right? So program start with this first statement. What we have done here, we created the object. Okay, so when we create the object, it calls the constructor. Okay, so it calls the constructor, it initializes the value, and then we call this display method here, so it displays the result. So this is how the default constructor works. Now if I say I want to perform this same thing, which is addition of two number, using the parameterized constructor, so how can I do that thing? Okay, so what I have to do, I have to simply remove all the statements, and here let's take now parameterized constructor to perform addition of two numbers. Okay, we are doing the same task using parameterized constructor here. So to you guys get the idea about both type of constructor, default and parameterized. So in order to use the parameterized constructor, we have to specify parameter here. So we have 2 parameters, okay, which is integer x, say for example, and integer y. You can specify any name here. Okay, now parameterized constructor, when we use the parameterized constructor, we have to pass the arguments, right? So from here we have to pass the values for these a and b. So let's say for example 10 and 20 again. Okay, so now what I am doing here is I have called the constructor here, called the parameterized constructor here, and I have passed these two arguments. So it works same as the method, kind of like in method we pass the arguments and it catches the argument in these two variables, right? So it works in the same way. Now after it catches these values, we have to specify this value or assign these x and y into a and b. Right now our a and b is initialized. Now simply we have to perform the addition of two number, which is a plus b. Okay, done. Now other things are same. Okay, so this is how we can use the parameterized constructor. So let me run this program again to see the output is same or not. Yeah, our output is same, so our program works perfectly. Okay, so let me quickly revise how this parameterized constructor work. First of all, we created the 3 variables, then this parameterized constructor, which works same as the kind of method, right? So in parameterized constructor, as you can see here, we have 2 variables here because we want to perform addition of two numbers. So here I declare integer x, integer y to catch the value or to get the value, and then here I specify the x into a and y into b, and then perform the addition. Okay, and in this display method we simply displays the addition. Okay, so first of all, this main method runs. What we have done in main method, first of all we have called the constructor. Here we created the object, right? So when we initialize the object, it calls the constructor. So here we have parameterized constructor, so we have to send the arguments. Okay, we have to specify the arguments. So we have specified 10 for a and 20 for b variable. Okay, so here it calls this constructor. Here from here it calls this constructor. So all the values are initialized and we got the result. Now we have to simply display. So in the second line we specify the display, or we can say in the second line here we have called the display method using the object. So it simply calls the method and displays the result. So this is how the constructor works in Java, guys. Okay, so this is all about today's video. If you guys have any query or doubt, you can ask me in the comment section below. If you guys do like the video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned. Thank you.